Good morning, good people. This morning I was just thinking about Steve Biko and his black consciousness philosophy, and I was reminded of how I wanted to be white when I was young, just like many other young black people, especially in the in the rural and semi-rural communities, townships, you name it, but generally blacks. Because most of my peers, then when you ask them the same thing, they would say the same stuff. But the thing is, it was not the color of the skin that we were interested in, but we were interested in the privileges that were associated with whiteness. So the basis of our desire to become white was not because of the color of the skin, but more about the economics of whiteness. So this is interesting because what Biko is trying to do with his black consciousness thinking is that he wants to liberate black people. He wants to liberate the minds of black people through this black consciousness movement. The attempt here is to transform the identity which has been over the years shaped and influenced by apartheid policies and other colonial projects that were designed to make sure that black people feel inferior and they feel less human. Was a way of policing the masses of black people. They understood that if you design policies and structurally implement them across board, they will be able to police blacks without their presence. So Biko's attempt here was to say, look, blacks, the most potent weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. So if the oppressed can begin to think differently with a sense of understanding that it's never about the color of the skin, but it's always about the content of your character. Nobody is just designed to be less of a human. All human beings are born with capacity to live out their lives to the fullness of their potential. And all human beings are uniquely powerful, with different capabilities. They all need each other. So Biko was beginning a process that was going to unleash and unchain the minds of people. But obviously, the current the current black consciousness thoughts, or rather discourse across South Africa, leaves a lot to be desired. At one level, because though black people still understand these things, they understand that they are unique, their blackness is unique. But deep down in their minds and their social, psychological engineering, there are still aspects that remind you that the whites are the bosses. The transitional phase of our transitional justice did not deal much with the psychological impact of the apartheid regime, the Bantu education policies, and a whole lot of educational policies that were designed to make sure that blacks can only go this far intellectually, Because otherwise, if you try to go beyond, where are you going to work? Because there's no space for black people. But what do I know?